All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Barakah, Kodash. Double orders to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, salutation to Allah Akim, doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. I wanted to get into this real quick, not like breaking news, but we already knew, Nate would do this, okay? This is going into a video that the apostle elder Aramlab had uploaded earlier today, okay? And I was watching the video, and, lo and behold, here it is, IUIC trying to spin the narrative, on the MLTB issue, okay? Now, if you haven't watched this video, I suggest you go watch it, But here it is, like the brother said, double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, man. Actually, let me get another scripture, because these scriptures don't lie, man. The words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai don't lie, okay? There was a scripture I wanted. Slakia. Oh, no. I know where it is. Slakia. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 8. Now, as James and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds. Okay, these are men of corrupt minds, because you can see it in their doctrine, and you can see it in their behavior too as well. Okay, these guys are telling people that you could give it to the woman in the rear. Okay, and they're telling people you could do it on the Sabbath. All these type of things they're telling people that you can do. They're causing men to err, causing men to go off. Okay, so Slacky, 1 second. Yeah, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 8. Now, as James and Jambres withstood Moses, so did these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt mind, reprobate concerning the faith. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be made manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. And we're seeing in this time, the Lord is not just revealing Babylon, he's also revealing the false prophets, okay? Because it's in those days, as we say, they got to separate the men from the boys. In those days, you're going to see who has the true doctrine, okay? And as we see in the happening right now, it's proven whose doctrine, who Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is dealing with. Actually, let me say it like that. It's proven who Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is dealing with, okay? Because we could see beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything the apostle elders have been saying from the jump is coming, through, okay? And there is no denying it. The MOTB, that's a big issue right there, man. That's that number one prophecy. We know the nuke's gonna come, but do not take that MOTB, whatever you do, okay? But anyways, going back into this, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be made manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. And like I said, right now, we're seeing their shit coming up. It's locked here. Right now, we're seeing it bubble into the surface, okay? So everybody knows and can see, look, these guys were saying this before, and now look, they're saying this now, okay? And all the wickedness that they've been doing and talking about GMS and even other camps, it's coming to show what kind of men these guys are. They're liars, they're hypocrites, they're actors, man. Okay? Just lock in 1 second. So going back into this, Nate the Snake, okay? It was prophesied he would do that, okay? And the apostle elder Aramla have been saying it from jump, that soon enough he's gonna change it around. And what did he do? He changed it around, okay? He should know judgment. He's ahead, right? Micah chapter 3 and verse 1. Nate's ahead, right? The head of IUIC, right? Okay, Micah chapter 3 and verse 1. And I say, here I pray you, O heads of Jacob, ye princesses of the house of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment? Right? You proclaim you're such this Wizard, you proclaim you're such this high prophet. Aren't you supposed to know? You know what I mean? You supposed to, you proclaim you the head, you know, out of all, because, you know how they go, the IUIC, they call us bumelites, right? So you proclaim you the head, you the top, you the best, out there, right? When it comes to all doctrine and, having your men shaved up and all this bullshit, right? But yet, you don't know doctrine. You don't know what the MOTB is. You're a hypocrite. You're a liar, right? All these things. You can't pass judgment right. And you're a head. Aren't you supposed to know judgment? Are you supposed to know correct judgment? Are you supposed to know correct doctrine? Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. There's no light in these individuals, man. Okay? Because the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai is not working with them. This is what they do. The heads thereof, verse 11, the heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon Yahweh and say, is not Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us. And that's right. These guys talk like if, they're safe. And when we know that the doctrine is telling you about looking for the elect are going to be saved, okay? These guys are looking to build community, right? These guys just, all right. You a good speaker. You know what? We're going to put you in a high position. You can speak very good, brother. Okay, we're going to put you in a high position. Don't worry, you'll make money. This is all you guys are doing, man. It's like a gimmick, a game to you guys, okay? But to us, this is not a gimmick. This is not a game. We're not supposed to be over here doing, doing things like that. But y'all, you don't care, because what? You're a hireling, okay? Yep, Deuteronomy. You're a false prophet, a hireling. Deuteronomy chapter 18 and 18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth. Key thing, put my words in his mouth. These niggas out here speak whatever they want, okay? These niggas speak whatever they want. Because what? They're hirelings, man. They're all about the money, talking about community building and whatnot. They're not about Yahweh Shemel Shai. And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But a prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thy heart, in thy mind, how shall we know the word which Yahweh have spoken, which Yahweh have not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord have not spoken, but the prophet have spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him, because he's a false prophet, okay? This is much like Nate. Nate just trying to copycat, man. Nate just trying to copycat, talking about, what do you say? He goes, after the kingdom is established, Edomites gonna try to take us down. That's all BS. That's all bullshit, yo. This guy's a false prophet. But hey, look, you see the apostle elders, they're teaching 100% truth. As you can see, everything that they're speaking is coming to pass, man. Okay? Jacob's trouble soon come. Okay? Jacob's trouble soon come. But anyways, Numbers. Yeah, let's get Numbers. This is why you guys that are seeing these things in IUIC should separate yourselves from that congregation. Because a bunch of y'all are realizing, hey man, this guy's not a good leader. He seems like a false leader, like a false prophet. But a lot of you guys are not realizing that. a lot in the congregation is not realizing that, but some is. The elect could be spread amongst them. Okay? But at the end of the year, day and week, we gotta speak the true words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We can't be speaking no falsehood. We can't add on to it or diminish it, right? We gotta speak with his words, man, or get punished. Numbers chapter 16, and this is, for you individuals who mingle yourself with the IUIC, you're affiliates of the IUIC, you're in an IUIC camp, and can actually see, look, this guy is playing games, yo. First he said June ain't no microchip, right? He said there ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble, all of these things that he was saying. And it's all on wax, okay? Falsehood, spreading lies, you know what I mean? Telling people that, GMS teaches you to grape. And not even just that, grape young ones. Oh, they swap wives and all this. What the fuck? All those is slanderous things, man. And the Lord is going to punish you for that, Nate the Snake Roberts, man. Y'all niggas is like WWF, okay? That's why I gave him that name, Nate the Snake Roberts, man. Okay? Just like wrestling. Nate the Snake Roberts, man. Anyways, because this is all entertainment, man, for you individuals, You don't take this serious. You don't take it to heart. You don't consider. Numbers chapter 16 and verse 20. And those who do consider and is actually sincere amongst that group or any one of these groups, this is a good scripture for y'all, man. Separate yourself from that congregation before, great judgment. You already see what happened to Sakai. And much more things are coming out. Numbers chapter 16 and verse 20. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces and said, O Yahweh, the power of spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Corin, Dayton, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went on to Dayton and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touching nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. Okay, so the Lord is saying, separate yourself from these wicked men, man. Get away from them, okay, because great judgment is about to befall them, okay? And you keep hanging out with them and chilling with them, you want to join hand in hand with them, go ahead, destruction will come upon you, okay? And this is much like now, the true prophets are telling you, separate yourself from those wicked men, those wicked and unreasonable men, because great judgment is about to come upon IUIC, IPUC, ISPUK, or whatever the fuck they're called, HOI, all those different camps out there, man. All those ABC, the acronyms, okay? The Lord is going to bring great judgment on them, okay? So all you sincere men around them should get the hell out of there. You sincere men that realize and see things, and you're questioning yourself saying, you know what, the elders of GMS have told us about these situations, but we didn't consider it before. Consider it now, before that great judgment falls upon you, okay? And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touching nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sin. So they got up from the tabernacle of Corin, Dayton, and Abiram on every side, and Dayton and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. Right, this is where you're going to see the separation between the real prophets and the false prophets, okay? If these men die a common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahweh have not sent me. But if Yahweh make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up, and and swallow them up with all that apparent unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked Yahweh. And it came to pass, as he made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground caved asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appeared unto them, that appeared unto Corinth, and all their goods. They and all that appeared to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. Okay, so you see the difference there. Moses was telling you, well, if nothing happened to them, these men die a common death, right? What was that for 80? Hold on a second. It's lucky about that. So that was the difference right there, of a true prophet saying something and it happening, and then the false prophets, making claims or saying something that, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has not sent them to say. Well, there you go. That example with Moses right there, when he came and said what he said, it was of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So it was a perfect example, just like nowadays and today, we're telling you guys, separate yourself from that congregation before great judgment come upon you, okay? For all you sincere people who is in those camps, because you can have sincere people in those camps, but they're just being led astray by a false prophet. And they're gonna know. If they're a part of the elect, they're gonna know. They're gonna see things, they're gonna realize, they're gonna be like, this ain't right, that ain't right. What GMS has been saying, the apostle elders of GMS have been saying for the whole time is true, okay? And they're going to pull themselves away from those individuals, right? That's what a prophet of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua would do. You'd realize that and be like, nope, let me get the hell away from that because I'm going to be destroyed, okay? If I continue down that route with him. And here's another scripture actually I wanted to get. This is Sirach chapter 18. Sirach chapter 18 and verse 15 in the GNT, okay? You should not travel with anyone who's reckless. It will cause you nothing but trouble. He will do any foolish thing he pleases, and you will die with him. Remember when he went over there in Africa or somewhere he went there, he basically got chased the hell out of there, yo. Those men could have lost their lives because of this guy. Okay, man's reckless. He's a reckless individual, yo. You can't par with somebody like that. What we say back home, you can't be parring with somebody like that. Okay, you went into Africa, you damn near got chased out. You left with the skin on your clothes, man. I remember it's not funny, but I remember what happened to two of David's men, or I think Ammon, one of the kings, had shaved half their beard, half their head, and ripped half their clothes so their buttocks was showing, right? And sent them back. You're lucky that didn't happen to you guys, man. Okay? You're a reckless individual, man. Proclaiming you know something, but you know something. You just fucking gaming, man. Okay? And the Lord's going to destroy you for that. All right? Let's go to another scripture, 2 scriptures. Because we know you're being deceived, with that bullshit, with those bullshit fucking excuses for breakdowns. We know you're being deceived, man. And on top of that, you're selling the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, thinking it's cool, thinking it's all right. You come on, man. The book is right in your hand. Ezekiel chapter 14 and verse 9. And if the prophet be deceived when he have spoken a thing, I Yahweh have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. Now, why didn't it say the whole world? Anyways, going back into this. So he's going to stretch out his hand and destroy that prophet eventually in due time, right? But guess what? This prophet is being deceived. That's why the Lord said that the deceive and the deceiver are his, okay? Job chapter 12 and verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his, okay? So bottom line, you guys who are joining hand in hand with this guy, when judgment cometh, man, you're going to catch it too, all right? This guy's a snake, man. That's why we said Nate the Snake Roberts, man. Okay? You guys ain't gonna understand till that judgment come forth, man. When that judgment comes forth, it's gonna come at an instant. So you've been warned about this guy, man. It was prophesied he would do that, okay? You've been warned about this guy. All you guys around this, all you guys who are sincere among these different camps, get out. Okay, get out. Seriously. And with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Wadash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified. Lord willing, to the next time. Wah abad babal. Shalom Akim.